Hi Michael, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
So today I'm with Michael Harte, so we're in Sydney at CBA. You can see here. Congratulations for the launch of CBA coaching.
Yeah, thank you, it's exciting.
It's awesome actually.
Yeah.
Could you please talk us through this major milestone in mobile banking / mobile payments?
Sure. Well, the first thing is that we believe in a rich customer experience, and underneath that is the convenience, ease of use, simplicity. And the reason we've focused on transaction banking, payments in particular, is so that we get more liquidity in the market. So we're appealing to all banking and finance customers to give them an instant account balance, instant confirmation of their pay advice, instant transaction clearing so that they have value in real time. So they know that somebody's paid them and they know that they've got money available to do whatever they want to do. We're offering it free. It'll be available on not only Apple devices and Android-enabled devices, but every smartphone and tablet that people choose to use. And the applications will be specific for those devices. They're up and running, they're live, they're ready in the market.
But today, so the focus was on the iPhone, yeah? Based on the penetration of the smartphone.
We think at the moment there's around 65%, 67% penetration in this market, and more than half of our customers are already using Apple devices and using our applications that have been made available for Apple. So that's our first foray, but we've worked very closely with Google, and the Android version will be up soon. And then HTC and Samsung and others that use that platform will make that available for their users.
Do you have any timeline or for the Android version?
Well, immediately. All we're waiting for from Apple is the certification of the application. It's available free, so we expect it's a matter of days.
On the Apple you mean, but Android?
We have the...
it's already there. Okay, cool.
We've built it. We now just have to get it up on the... And that might be a month, but as soon as our partners in both Apple and Google are ready to certify our product, it's ready to go live and be available to not only our own customers, but all banking and finance users.
Excellent, yeah, because I see quite a few stir from the audience, like Apple versus Android, and you've got those wars between handsets and operating systems. But yeah, congratulations. I was really impressed with the real-time element. I think it's very clever. On your application itself, what's interesting is how you leverage NFC, or mainly on the iPhone through the case you built and you're going to distribute to your customers.
That's
am I correct?
Right. And we're not really a device technology company, and we don't need to build hardware, and we will work with other equipment manufacturers to put up merchant terminals, to put up handheld devices and tablet capabilities. We did expect that Apple would come out with a near-field native device with the i5, with
the 4S or whatever.
5 or 4S. We're hoping Android will embed theirs in the next version. So we want to partner with the best in the industry, whether it's a payment provider, whether it's a hardware provider or software provider. We're hoping that we increase liquidity of transactions, the variety of transactions, the reach of those transactions, not just in Australia but around the world, and the number of users, because we don't want to be in the business of building equipment. We don't even need to build that much software. We do want to enable frictionless commerce, and this is the first part of the journey, making sure there's no friction and people can pay anyone, anywhere, anytime, using any device. Obviously, that's the most convenient and rich way of doing it.
It is, and you already have now close to 30% of NetBank users accessing via mobile, right?
We have 30% of the consumer side, and we have over 50% of the merchant side. So we've got great reach. Now it's a matter of ensuring that both merchants and customers can use their device of choice and have this ease of use. And so our investment plans have been shared in a very open way with Apple and Google and other players to ensure that they can invest fast to get this frictionless commerce and this free and open commerce more available. Because we don't, as a bank, make a great deal of money out of transaction processing.
was my next question, sorry, or to insist on that. You're right, yeah.
Sure.
You're not here to make money on that thing or to change the ecosystem, if I'm correct.
That's right.
It's just to change people's perception of CBA, to urge them to work with you and to do business with you.
These are complementary services that are around our value proposition. So we've got massive investments in privacy, trust, security, massive investments in enabling transactions to occur at speed, at scale, with accuracy, and increasing real time. We want to make sure that more and more people are using that because it's relevant and meaningful in their day-to-day life, whether it's a social interaction or whether it's an online commerce interaction. And we want to make sure that that's frictionless so that we've got more and more relevance and convenience in customers' lives, and that more and more people that are other customers of other organizations come to us first because we're the most secure, we have the most richness, and we have the widest reach, and therefore they enjoy that convenience. Then we can get insights both on the merchant side and on the customer side, increase loyalty, know more about their preferences and behaviors, and then offer them valuable financial services rather than charging them for a transaction which should occur freely. Rather know them better and offer them more relevance and have value in those offers.
I think it totally makes sense. I mean, one of the KPIs could be as well to reduce your inbound calls in terms of customer support, like checking your account balance, I guess.
Well, people go online or they phone in every single day to find out what their account balance is.
Exactly.
And that puts strain on the system resources. That's an expensive way to find out your account balance. So it's better for us to have a knowing relationship with you and to send you that information in the most convenient way so that you know if you're in a shop or if you're trying to do a transaction that you're good for the money.
And in the application, sorry I want to insist on that, before using your PIN, you give the opportunity to have access to the latest account balance, yeah.
That's right.
Which is quite cool, and you
push
don't even
it
have
out to them because they don't need to go through authentication and authorization to get an update on information that's essentially theirs, and that they don't have to go and do all the work to find out. So it takes an unnecessary workload off both parties, and they're free to use that information.
I'm curious to see the impact then in the next few months on your, again, inbound calls. Yeah, you talked about data, better understanding your customers. I believe that there's a tremendous opportunity for a bank your size, with your knowledge, to potentially become a kind of Groupon for your customers. When I say that, you know your small business, your customers, so commercial banking users, customers, you know personal banking customers. Ideally, to fully leverage your relationships, you could think about giving more exposure to your commercial banking ones, identifying the key discounts, products, and maybe using GPS, which is one key element of your app, to be able to basically feed those discounts, those offers to your personal banking customers. Can you see that happening, or are you considering that?
No, we see it happening, and we knew it was happening 3 or 4 years ago. That's why we made the initial billion-dollar investment in the underlying core systems. If you don't have an architecture that supports the customer relationship, the roles they play, the events they have in their financial life, whether they're a child saving or a mature adult that's in retirement or somewhere in between, with all the relationships and roles they have, you've got to have a data structure that supports that. And then you have to have an application structure that supports the real-time transaction. If you don't have that, then all the applications that are rich and available in a dynamic way on a handheld device will be meaningless unless that can increasingly be in real time. Because what we believe in is all the other organizations that are out there, whether it's Google or Facebook or Groupon, they know it's going to be mobile for any time. They know it's local because it's about contextual information, whether you're in a supermarket or whether you're in a car sales showroom, or in fact the social. So you've got mobile, local and social means you're networked and you can refer others. And we get to know the loyalty and preference and behaviours of all of our customers and their related relationships. And so with that strategy on top of the core banking, not only have we got all that rich insight and we can give people more convenience in real time, the underlying core system is able to support that and provide value immediately. So some companies have gone to do front-end investments. We're doing both simultaneously, the core and also the online content.
No, I think it's fascinating actually, and you mentioned social. So not only you made the investment, but which is quite rare in the industry, you recognize the value or the necessity of being more integrated to social media services. Let's call them services like Facebook and Twitter, maybe in the future a bit more again. So I really like that in terms of payments and not just being there doing some PR activities. We saw today with your catching that you could easily, for instance, pay a Facebook user, and there's a very neat integration of your friend list directly in the app. So I think that's the future. That's very clever.
Well, we saw that banks were competing in three ways, particularly around information richness and keeping close customer relationship and providing more rich value for every service based on a deep relationship.
Yes.
And if you know preferences and behaviors and loyalties, you can reward someone for their loyalty and you can price for the risk that they represent. And that information is developed over time with a deeper relationship. The second area is being able to do computing at a much lower cost and an increasing scale. So we have to have a cost of compute that's equivalent to Amazon and Google and eBay, not old style banking. And then lastly, but probably equally as importantly, the privacy of consumer data and having good security and trust around that relationship so that our customers and potentially new customers come to us because they know that when they go out socially and when they go out for online commerce, they're protected. And that we're not going to sell their data, but we're only going to work with them, again, to protect their loyalty and have better risk-based pricing.
No, I think you did well. Adam Bennett, your colleague, actually talked us through as well the security element of the application, which is phenomenal. Well, there's so much we could cover. We could talk about rugby as well. We don't have time now, but we should, I know. Yeah, congratulations, by the way.
We'll see you soon.
Exactly.
We'll see you back out there in the four more years.
Who knows? But anyway, hopefully, yes, one day. But we played well. Everybody played well. It was a pleasure to watch.
The French were extraordinary, and they were a wonderful competitor.
Thank you, yeah.
Congratulations.
Andy said that as well, and the atmosphere was good in Auckland, I guess. But maybe the last thing, again, there's so many things we could cover. PFM, that's three letters that everybody's been talking about for the last... I started Visible Bank in 2007, in February. Since then, basically, more than 4 years ago. Personal financial management, giving value to your customers, helping them understand how they spend their money. When will you release such a feature to your net bank and your mobile app? Will you?
We are working not only on personal financial management and advice across brokerage, investment, asset management, and traditional and new banking. Try and ensure that they've got a whole relationship, and that's why we need all that core bank capability. The core bank capability is based on an architecture where the roles and relationships are known, and it's not account-based, but it's based on the loyalty and risk profile of a customer. And knowing what their preferences and behaviours are, we can work directly with them and increasingly in real time to give them a bundled service-based offer and priced specifically for their needs.
Totally customized, yeah, yes. And smarter, informed decisions using all the data banks already have, but struggle to make sense of.
An easy example is that we have an app for the household. You can hold the Apple phone up to a house and know how much it's going to cost.
Okay,
and if that's one of our customers, we can confirm in real time based on our knowledge of their position.
Of course.
They're good for the money, so an instant approval of the mortgage, process the mortgage, and ensure that they have good insurance cover for that that's going to meet their long-term saving needs. Likewise, in the active acquisition of a car, if you're looking for a specific car, because of your loyalty, we can work with the car dealership to give you a discount. We can ensure that you have the optimal product, whether it's a lease or a loan, and then make sure that car is appropriately insured, and because of the risk you represent, know how to price that full bundle.
The iPhone, right? You have an application for that as well, yeah.
Yes.
So the iPhone is the the handset actually to own. Yeah, I should think about owning one. I'm still on BlackBerry, but anyway. Michael, thanks a lot for your time.
You're welcome.
Again, congratulations for the rugby, and more importantly today, your application catching, which is market leading worldwide. So thank you. See you soon.